Hey everybody, this is Casey's Weight Loss channel, and in case you couldn't figure it out, my name is Casey. This is my first time ever recording any video of myself talking, so I feel really weird. But this is going to be difficult for me because I'm going to be really honest with all of you guys. Right now I am, 5'9", not just right now, all the time, and my weight is 260 pounds. Now, at my highest was about 1 year ago, and I was 280 pounds. Over the last year, I've had moments where I ate healthy for a month, exercised, did really good. I actually lost like 40 pounds last year. I had a personal trainer, and I was really doing great. And then I just fell off the wagon totally, and I've gained 20 pounds of that 40 that I lost back. So I was at my most recent lowest, down to 240, and now I'm back up to 260. My BMI is about 39%, and I wear a size 24 pants and a 2X in shirts if I want them to be snug, 3X if I don't want to be worried about my fat roll hanging out all the time. So because I'm tall, I was able to get by with being overweight most of my life without ever actually feeling like that big of a girl. My proportions were good, like side profile, my chest stuck out more than my stomach, so I really didn't pay that much attention to it. And I pretty much gained about 10 pounds every year, even though I did go on diets every year since I was 20, so that's about 10 years worth of diets. At one point, I did a diet where I was only allowed to have 500 calories a day, and I had to inject myself in my stomach every morning with HCG shots, which is a hormone injection. That regimen costs about $1,000, and I only did it for about a week and a half before I started to get really sick. Most recently, this past week, I was so in just a desperate feeling, like tired of being overweight, tired of always having to worry about what I'm eating, and if I'm not paying attention to what I'm eating, I will totally gain weight just off of nothing. I mean, not even trying, I will gain weight just looking at food. So I was actually so desperate last week, I was like one little click away from paying for a trip to go to Mexico to get a gastric bypass surgery because I can't afford it in America and my insurance won't pay for it. So when I was just getting ready to click on that, I just was like, wow, what am I doing? I'm getting ready to go to a foreign country and put my life in the hands of complete strangers and go to this country alone because nobody could take off work and afford to go with me. At that moment last week, when I almost clicked on that button, almost paid for that trip, I was shocked at myself that I had let myself get to that point where I was so desperate to lose weight that I was willing to do this crazy thing of go to Mexico. I know some people have done it and they've had success, and that's great for them, but everything on my channel is just going to be like my personal opinions, my personal experiences. I'm no expert. I have no formal education in nutrition, dietary supplements, vitamin information. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm just a 31-year-old mom, mother of two, stay-at-home mom, just now starting my own business, but I'm not going to talk about that here. Anyway, I'm just an everyday person, and these are my personal experiences. So I was that close to going to Mexico, and I was just like, wow, I need to take responsibility for my own self. There is no magic button. There's no magic pill. There's no magic surgery. I've seen plenty of people online that have had the surgery and then gained most of the weight back after 5 years and gained even more back over, the course of 10 years. I've heard horror stories about the gastric bypass where people have died from complications, infections, where, 10 years later it's come apart and they've almost died from just their guts coming apart. So to me, that I was willing to take such a drastic step without actually trying to lose weight first. And when I say without actually trying to lose weight, let me explain myself. Every year for the last 10 years on my New Year's resolution night, New Year's Eve, make the resolution. I always say that I'm going to lose weight. I always join a gym. Excuse me. I always buy into a diet program. I've done Weight Watchers, I've done Atkins, I've done juice cleanses. I can't tell you the amount of machinery I have in my kitchen that is supposed to help me eat healthier. But the thing is, eating bad is actually an addiction. It is really hard because if you're like addicted to cocaine, you can cut cocaine out and it's cut out. If you're addicted to cigarettes and you want to stop that, you cut that out and it's cut out. Alcohol, all the other addictions, same thing. Food, you cannot cut out food. So you have to have this addiction and learn how to still eat food every day, but you have to learn how to moderate your addiction, which makes it really hard because no other addiction are they going to say, well, you have to moderately learn how to do your Coke or moderately learn how to do your alcohol. Well, actually, they do say that for alcohol, but my point is that there are plenty of addictions that you can live without. All of the other ones, actually. Every other addiction you don't have to live. Food, you have to have. And it's hard to go to the grocery store and everything is everywhere and it looks so good. My profession before I was a stay-at-home mom is a cake decorator. So sweets is like, I don't know, it's like my thing. I'm so good at baking and I've always enjoyed the praise that I get for the things that I bake. And that's like part of my addiction is getting the praise for what I'm baking and also tasting it while I'm making it. So anyway, to get back on track, when I was about to pay for that trip to Mexico, and I was realizing that even though I had spent thousands of dollars over the last decade trying to lose weight, joined gyms, bought exercise trackers, Fitbit watches, like just all kinds of things like that, even though I had told myself that I was really trying, I actually cheated myself on every one of those diet experiences because I would do it for a little bit and then I would get tired of it and jump off of it. And really any reasonable diet will work for pretty much anyone. It's just a matter of, is that person going to stick to that diet? You just have to have a diet that you can stick to that is a long-term thing that you can do, that you're not going to be, falling off the wagon and binge eating, because binge eating is actually one of my things too. So what I've started now, tomorrow is going to be day one. Tonight is my last night of not being on my healthy, well, it's not like I'm binge eating, but tomorrow is day one. And I'm starting Nutrisystem this time. I have not done Nutrisystem before. I always shied away from it because it is really expensive. It's like $300 for a month. And when you have 2 kids and you're trying to pay all the bills, $300 a month sounds like a car payment. But I don't know, the more I started thinking about it, I realized that I probably spend $200 a month on Starbucks alone. And that's my venti white mocha with the extra shot of espresso and my sandwich or muffin or whatever I'm getting with it that morning. So it's like $10 a day at Starbucks, and I go probably 20 times a month. So I just love Starbucks. And so when you think that I'm spending $200 a month on Starbucks and then add in all the other junk food I'm probably buying, I know I'm spending at least $100 a month on other random junk food that I don't need. So if you add that in, and if I cut those 2 habits out, junk food and Starbucks, which I really should be cutting out anyway if I'm trying to eat healthy, then that pays for Nutrisystem right there by itself. So I decided to go ahead and do it. And like I said, tomorrow is day one. I did get my box delivered today. And I will tell you, I'm a little nervous because these packages are tiny. I don't know how full I'm going to be with these, but as I was reading through the directions that came with it, it did say that you should add in 4 servings of vegetables a day, a serving of fruit, and other various things. So You're not just getting what they send you. If you're eating your fruits and vegetables, you should be able to be full in a reason, not stuffed, but you should be able to not be starving. Also, drinking your water when you're on a diet is really hard for me because I'm just not a thirsty type person. I don't get thirsty. I mean, unless I'm like hardcore exercising and sweating, or it's really hot outside and I'm outside like cutting the grass or something, I'll be thirsty. But in general, I'm not thirsty. So I've got to make myself drink water. And so that's one of the big things I've got to do too. So Nutrisystem starts tomorrow. Drinking water, 64 ounces a day at least is what they recommend with the Nutrisystem program. And make sure I get my servings of vegetables. Also, I've been a member of Gold's Gym for the past year. And I've been going, the first 6 months I went like 5 days a week. I did really good. Even when I wasn't eating right, I was still going. But the last 6 months I have really slacked off just because, the scheduling and a million other excuses. But I've decided that I want to have 2 different gyms so that I can kind of get a change of scenery, because going to the same place, especially the Gold's Gym I go to, I have to get on the interstate and the traffic is really bad. So that's like a deterrent for me. The other gym I joined was Anytime Fitness, and they're open 24 hours a day, and I can like tuck the kids into bed late at night, and I can go like, I'm kind of weird. Like I get an extra burst of energy around midnight. So I can go at night when the kids are asleep and it's really peaceful and quiet. So I'm going to be doing that. So on my weight loss journey, my goals are to get down to 160 pounds, which doesn't sound like that low of a weight to some people, but I have really big bones and I'm 5'9", and 160 pounds on me is pretty thin. I'm also kind of muscular because I do work out. When I say muscular, I mean I know the muscle is there under the fat somewhere. I can't actually see it, but I know it's there. So I'm anticipating that, at least 20 pounds on my body will be, added muscle from working out, hopefully, because they say muscle helps you burn fat. So that's what I want, the muscle. So also in my diet, in my healthy weight loss journey, I want to start documenting for you guys, not necessarily for you, although I do hope that someone gets something out of it, but I would like to have more accountability, because I feel like a lot of the diets I've been on, I'm just been accountable to myself, and apparently that's not working for me. So I need like more people cheering for me, more people like in my corner. I need to like have the social accountability of the other people knowing that I'm on this journey, and me feeling like, okay, they're going to know if I buy this box of donuts and eat them all and don't lose any weight this week, so the motivation of being able to report to you guys that I'm losing weight each week is going to help me stay on track, hopefully. So I guess that is it for video number 1, just introducing myself and telling you what I'm about and what I'm trying to do, and hopefully these videos will get better as I go, because this is literally the first time ever. So bear with me, people. Thanks for tuning in.